So we know the issues, we know about energy, we know about the border, we know Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing. We know all that, we get all that. But why do this? Why do this here tonight with Legacy PAC? Because there's a whole lot of people who have the passion to save this country who need help getting off the ground.
The purpose of Legacy PAC is to save America. That's our mission. That's what we really want to do because America is worth saving.
I am by trade, I'm a cybersecurity engineer. Okay, so this is my first run in politics. We need more conservative Republicans standing up and fighting for the Constitution.
We're an America First PAC, and we want to promote and help our up-and-coming candidates, and we're going to be holding the line for President Trump.
I joined the Army at 17 years old. My first day at my first unit, which was 25th Infantry, was September 10th, 2001. So the next day was 9/11. And I spent about a total of a decade between Iraq and Afghanistan in country. So my country means everything to me. When I realized that if people like myself who don't want to be politicians don't start stepping up and taking these seats, that nothing's going to change, then I said, okay, I'll do it.
Who deserves to lead the people of this country more than those who serve this country? So I'm behind every one of them. So let's make sure we get more veterans into power. I'm all for it.
Remember why you're involved. We have to make sure people remain humble and not engage in self-glorification. You are here for one reason, and that is to save the country. Period. End of story.
And for those candidates who are looking uphill and wondering how, keep your head down, focus on the target, and outwork everybody. And I promise you, you're not gonna lose. You're either gonna win on election night or you change the game on election night. So God bless you guys. Thank you so much, Legacy PAC.
Thank you, Legacy PAC.
Under this administration, they have deliberately opened the border to fundamentally change the fabric of our country.
I'm Jared Craig with Legacy PAC. We are here at Eagle Pass, Texas, to bring attention to the border crisis, to educate the voters, the citizens of the United States, and the candidates running for federal office, the importance of a secure border.
And at Legacy PAC, we want to bring candidates here to the border to see it firsthand, because there is nothing like being here, seeing this. We saw women and children climbing over barbed wire. There is no reason why we cannot secure this border. There is no reason to keep this open. This is not humane. So we need to get Victor and all these other good America First candidates into office.
We at Legacy PAC depend on your donation and support to support these projects. We can't do it without you. So please go on to legacypac.org and show your support.
And stand where stand. Stand is with Veterans for Trump.
Thank you, Martha.
Thank you all. We're honored. I know there are so many organizations represented here today.
We're sitting here tonight, but you're going to do very well. And I just had somebody write down, first of all, James and Sarah Pritchard, thank you very much. Yes. Great job. Thank you. We appreciate all the help. Stanley and Donna Fitzgerald.
Right here, sir.
Thank you very much. It's great. It's great that you're with us. Mike Acton.
Hi, this is Stan Fitzgerald, Veterans for Trump and Legacy PAC. I'm here with my friend Jim Bennett, who's running for Congress in Georgia. Good morning, Jim. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great.
Jim, could you tell us a little bit about your background?
I've had two careers. I was a policeman for 7 years when I was very young. I did well at it. I made sergeant at 23. I was teaching at the Georgia Police Academy by the time I was 23. And my wife is also a police officer. I've been married to her for 35 years, and she's been a police officer for 35 years. But you can't make ends meet on a police officer's salary. So one of us had to go do something else, and I did. I went to the business world, and I went to work for a company called Trentex, where I was the director of information technology. I created an operating system for them, but at the same time, I was doing procurement and Trimtex burned. We had been sold to a company called Carlisle Tire and Wheel. And I went into procurement, and I became a global commodity manager. I bought steel and purchased finished goods, $100 million spend annually. And I like to say that I learned how to take care of people when I was a police officer, and I learned how to take care of other people's money as a procurement professional.
Well, I know someone else who dealt with a lot of steel, and he was president of the United States, and
Yes,
he's going for his third win in a row now. So
absolutely.
Tim, what are some of the policies you want to work on for your district and for the country as a member of Congress?
I want to get our debt under control. It is absolute. This isn't the old, forgive me, this isn't the old Republicans, I want to cut your taxes policies. This is nation-killing debt that we have right now, approaching $34 trillion. And I absolutely despise it. But right alongside that is our border. It has to be brought under control for a myriad of reasons: national security, public services, the drug issues, and the humanitarian issues. It absolutely has to be under control. And when Donald Trump wins his third term, or excuse me, his third election, I want to be in the seat supporting him on day one when we move forward and we start reducing the size and scope of this government and we secure our border.
I do want to point out for viewers and donors that might be watching this, Jim has been to the border. He's learned from experts. He's seen it firsthand. Most candidates don't. So Jim's putting in the work. He's putting in the boots on the ground, and the border is the #1 issue for the entire country. So
Absolutely.
thank you, Jim, for doing that work to learn it and understand it and be prepared to change it when you get to Congress. Jim, you want to talk a little bit about the incumbent, because you are primarying an incumbent.
My incumbent voted against the 2018 Border Security and Immigration Reform Act. And I was aghast when he did it. And ever since then, and more frequently, he is failing to vote to represent our district, District 3 of Georgia. He votes more and more often to protect the globalist and the uniparty than he does for us. In 2021, he voted for Pelosi's massive omnibus spending bill. And he is absolutely the epitome of a pretend or a donor class Republican. And he cannot be the representative for an R+18 district. We need a more conservative candidate with more conservative leadership who's going to actually stand up and protect and defend our people. And Drew Ferguson is not that man.
And I do want to point out from the last cycle, when the president had inquiries into our election system in Georgia, Drew did not back the president. He backed the governor. And
That is correct.
We'll just leave it at that.
He voted against Mr. Trump's veto for the NDAA when he was trying to get the wokeness out of the military. He voted against looking into the elections in Pennsylvania and in Arizona. He has not been a friend of our president, and Mr. Trump and I are aligned in our beliefs.
Amen to that. And since you mentioned Trump, what are your thoughts on his indictment in multiple states? And here in Georgia, friends of ours are being persecuted.
I'm a former police officer. Rule of law was one of the primary tenets of why I started this. The border, one of the other problems we have with that is that it is a daily reminder that the rule of law is being destroyed in our nation. And then they use that, they just amp it up, and they start taking away our president's First Amendment rights. All of these cases, from the 14th Amendment cases to the document seizure cases where other presidents have done this, and even when there was a question of whether it was law-abiding, it was always done in a civil court. To ramp that up to a criminal prosecution it's wrongful prosecution. And I believe that Donald Trump has a Title 42 1983 case against every one of these prosecutors. They are violating his civil rights. And I don't believe that he should back down one iota. He needs to keep his foot on the floor, and he will win these cases. It's just a question of when. They are political prosecutions, and they should not have occurred ever. And I hope he takes criminal actions against these prosecutors, because he can under 1983.
Well, half of the country would like to see that happen. And the other half will be shocked when the evidence comes out to show we were right.
Because they don't understand the law is the problem there. They literally don't know what they don't know.
Right. Jim, how could people find your website?
I'm at jimbennett.us. I've also tweet extensively at J_G_Bennett on Twitter. But jimbennett.us is my primary website, and that's where you can find me.
And Jim, we are announcing today, we've been following your campaign for a few months. You have our full and total endorsement with Veterans for America First, better known as Veterans for Trump, nationally, and also Jared Craig is the state chapter president. He'll be carrying your endorsement at the state level as well.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. We'll talk again soon. Take care, brother.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.